Well, since the iPhone 9 is delayed, that Pixel 4a is looking pretty good. Want tech news in a way that doesn't suck? Subscribe and turn on notifications cause I said so. Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Front Page Tech, the show that gives you all latest tech news from one geek that is me to another that is you. So how are ya? There's nothing crazy going on, right? Like, there's nothing going on outside that I should know about, right? Not like a pandemic or anything. All right, so first up for the day, story numero uno. Speaking of the thing, I haven't been able to say it on the show. I can't say it. I can't show the name of the thing that is occurring, the sickness that's outside. Can't say it because YouTube demonetizes the episode, and not making money is one thing, whatever, but they actually suppress the episode too, so less information gets out there. And that's the part that I hate. But that's changing, I guess. This, of course, is after weeks of us complaining. I mean, like, on the surface, I get it. I get why they were demonetizing videos talking about the bap, because they wanted to, like, discourage the spread of misinformation. But sorry, guys, I don't think that stopping the spread of any information is the answer to that. It's kind of stupid, actually. So now, YouTube CEO Susan Wojcicki, she has decided, oh, okay, don't be mad, we will fix. In a statement, she said, in the days ahead, we will enable ads for content discussing the BAP on a limited number of channels, including creators who accurately self-certify and a range of news partners. So I was like, cool, all right, because most of our shows, we've been having to talk about this because it has huge effect on the technology industry, both economically and just the people in the industry. And I was like, okay, so I'll just go ahead and like ask for a review. They said they're enabling monetization for some channels. Maybe we are some channels. No, we are not. Nope, still does not include us. According to Human Review, they have confirmed, nope, we are gonna keep demonetizing you and suppressing your episodes. No thanks. Oh man, YouTube, you guys are too kind. Yeah, thank you for this. Great. All right, so next up, since we're on the topic already, they got an update on the whole Apple situation. If you missed it, for the last few days on Twitter, and of course in the last episode of the show, Front Page Tech on YouTube, we leaked like the next 12 months, we mapped out the next 12 months for Apple. Now, of course, some news websites went ahead and took the credit for our information, but that's fine. Who's keeping track? Anyway, we were the first to announce that the March event is canceled internally with Apple, so it was scheduled for March 31st. Not anymore. We also confirmed with 5 of our sources within Apple and Apple's supply chain that the iPhone 9 or iPhone SE2, whatever you want to call it, is delayed indefinitely. Now, there was a bunch of other stuff that we covered. It was like a 16-minute episode, one of the longest episodes of this show ever, so if you missed it, we'll link it down in the description below. But at the end of that episode, I mentioned that there were internal meetings happening within Apple this week, and that I would keep you updated on that. So that's me doing that, keeping you updated, because I promised. There were 2 different meetings scheduled this week. One yesterday, well, at least it was supposed to take place yesterday. They were supposed to sit down and discuss options, the possibility of releasing some products via newsroom releases, press releases at the end of this month, or the option of just postponing product releases altogether until the bup blows over. Now, if you're one of those people that's wondering, like, okay, so they're not having an event, why wouldn't you release some products via press release? Well, there's a couple reasons that we've already discussed. Number one, the market just there's really no demand for it right now. We kind of have other serious things happening around us. Don't know if you were aware of that happening. The other reason is just that if Apple releases new products, more people will end up in their stores, and they want to avoid as much customer contact as possible in their stores. Now, I will say that even though like the iPhone 9 is delayed indefinitely, they do have some products ready to go, like the iPad Pro, according to my sources, that's ready to go. but whether they'll actually release it this month, I don't know. According to another source, there was also another meeting scheduled for this weekend. It was going to be a store-wide meeting, but as of yesterday, both of those meetings, the meeting to discuss releasing products via newsroom releases or postponing them, as well as the store-wide meetings, both of those are canceled. That said, though, they still do have those decisions to make, so I would expect them to make those decisions still by sometime next week. I'll keep you updated as much as I can. Either way, it's totally understandable. They just don't want a bunch of employees gathering around right now. They want everyone to stay home for the most part. Okay, so for this next story, I should tell you that we have been trying to, like, not swear as much on the show, so YouTube likes us more. But this one deserves a good ol' what the f***? Why? Verizon just launched a new mobile phone service called Yahoo Mobile. Obviously, it piggybacks off Verizon's network. It uses Verizon's network. It only offers one plan, unlimited LTE data, $40 a month. It also gives you throttled tethering and a subscription to Yahoo Mail Pro. And yeah, guys, I don't really know. I don't really know what's happening here, if I'm being honest. It's just kind of weird. It's just that they just want to use the Yahoo name, but like last time I checked, it's not 2005. If you forgot, Verizon actually bought Yahoo like a few years ago and hasn't really done anything with the name until now. So this exists now. We have this now. All right, now let's talk about Google Pixel 4a. Honestly, probably the best Android device of the year. Now, shut up. Hang on. I can hear you clickety-clacking already, typing your hateful, mean John, you're fat. You're fat and stupid. First of all, this is a billboard for the phone that Google just put it up, so there you go. Phone's not out yet, but already a billboard for it. Pixel 4a. Right on the billboard is the price, $399. Okay, so stock Android, one of the best cameras on the market, $400. All right, checked all the boxes for me. Also, here's a leaked video of it. Yep, this is a real video. This is the real device. This is it. This is it right here. Like I said, to me, this is the best Android device of the year. Maybe not the best Android device for you, and that's fine, but for most people, this is it. This is the package at the price point that people will want. I bet when Google puts this out, it's gonna feel pretty damn good. It's gonna feel pretty good to actually sell something. People will buy this phone. They bought the 3A, they're gonna buy this phone. They'll buy way more of these than they bought of the Pixel 4, that's for sure. I keep saying it over and over again. Compromise over innovation. And we've defined my version of compromise before. It doesn't mean just cheap phone. It means compromising in areas, innovating in areas that make sense to average people, specifically in areas that justify the price for the average person to understand. And this is going to be a great package. Like, I'm actually really excited about this phone, and since the iPhone 9 is delayed, and definitely that was going to be a $400 phone, this is looking pretty good. And that is the show. Hopefully you liked it, you learned something. If you did, hit the like button. If you hate my stupid face, hit the dislike button. If you're new here, subscribe. Stay safe, kids. Wash your hands, please. All right. See you tomorrow.